You know, you got to do something. I went, oh, well, I wouldn't do that if I was you because my friend tried that and he failed. Well, so what? You can succeed. I know people that have failed their driving test. That doesn't mean everyone failed their driving test. Just go ahead and do it. Another thing is, the fourth one here is, don't let cowards teach you how to fight. Don't let cowards teach you how to fight. Have you ever met people that have never done anything but always want to tell you how it should be done?
Yeah.
What I call backseat drivers. And that happens in more than just cars, that happens in real life. You know these people that never pass their test. Never pass their test in their life, but they're sitting there, oh, you're going too fast. Oh, you need to slow down. Oh, don't forget the signal, don't forget to do anything. Shut up! They haven't got a license. They haven't passed their test. It's like these social workers. They want to take to bring up children, but they haven't got any children. If they do have any children, they're left with some baby minder, so they can go around telling you how to bring up your children. Well, I don't know about you. But if I don't want anyone to fix my car who's never fixed a car in their life, I wouldn't want that. I want, just like if a doctor is going to do an operation on me, I want to know that doctor is qualified. He's done it before. Don't be like the man that went to the doctor and said, "Doctor, I'm scared of this, I've never had this operation before." And the doctor said, I know how you feel, I've never done this operation before. But it's interesting that when Saul comes to David, when David comes to Saul, what does Saul tell him? Well, you need to put on this armour. You need to do it. If you're going to fight Goliath, you need to wear this armour. You need to put it on. Wait a minute, Saul. If you know how to use that armour, and that armour is so good, and that's the one, and you know that's going to defeat Goliath, why ain't you out there fighting him? Why don't you face him? Well, you've got to put this on. You've got to do that. Here's a man that was too scared to go and fight Goliath himself, but he wants to tell David how to do the job. And David said, listen here, I've not proven this. Mind you, neither had Saul. I haven't worn this armour before. I've got no experience of using this with Goliath. Mind you, neither had Saul. But he wants to tell, there are people that have never done anything. You see, friend, if you want to be a woman of prayer, then learn to listen to people that are praying. If you want to be a man of God, listen to people that are men of God. If you want to be on fire for God, get behind a man or woman that is on fire for God. You won't get hot sitting next to a freezer. If you want to get on fire for God, get a man that's on fire for God. Years ago, I used to do a lot of camping. We used to do all night fishing. And when it got cold, we used to collect wood to go on the fire. But what we used to do was some of the wood you get was wet. See that what we used to do with the wet wood? We put it round the fire, because when you put it round the fire, it's going to dry out and eventually it will burn. And I want to tell you, friends, if you are, I don't care how cold you are, how ice cold you are, you get in a ministry that's on fire for God. You get around the man that's on fire for God, and you're going to fall out, and you're going to catch fire. Either you're going to catch fire, or you're going to find an excuse to leave the church. That church is too hot for you. And you'll probably find fault with the church. And what it is, it means you're starting to burn. And that pastor who's on fire for God is preaching, is beginning to get at you, and all you can say is, well, he's talking about me. Well, maybe you've got a problem. Maybe you've got a problem. I mean, if a pastor is preaching on adultery and you're not living in adultery, you're not going to think he's preaching on you, are you? You're only going to think he's preaching on you if you're doing it. If somebody comes in here, and said, hey, there's a man in Walthamstow who's raped 6 women, are you going to stand up and say, why are you talking about me? I mean, the very fact that you don't even think that means that you're guilty of. Means that you're guilty of something. It'd be like the woman that stood up in a church once and testified, doing a testimony service, and she stood up and said, "Oh, it's been a rough week. I've had nothing but problems. The devil has been on my back all week." And her husband jumped up and said, "Don't blame me for everything." So what we're saying is, if you want to be on fire for God, if you want to learn something, get around people. You know, if you want advice if you want advice on a medical condition, don't come and ask me about it. Go to a doctor. Go to someone who's qualified. If you want someone to fix your car, you don't start looking for a man of God, do you? You look for a mechanic, don't you?
That's right.
You want someone who's qualified. And if you want to learn, if you want to be on fire for God, then get around the ministry that's on fire for God. You know why Joshua was so successful? He stayed close to Moses. You know why Elijah was so successful? He stayed close to Elijah. You know why the apostles were so successful? They stayed close to Jesus. You and I, if we want to be on fire for God, then we need to be with people that are under the anointing. Amen. Not people that are always criticising everybody. They're people that are actually doing something. I know what I heard one man of God once who said that it was greatly used in the healing ministry. God performed many miracles. He's still alive today. God performed many miracles, and churches were criticising him. They were running him down. He says, I don't even bother to answer my critics. Because while they are criticising me, while they are running me down, I'm going up to sick people and saying, rise and be healed. And I'm seeing people healed, I'm seeing people saved, I'm seeing people delivered, and all they can do, they can't see anybody healed, they can't see anybody saved, they can't see anybody delivered. All they can do is criticise the anointing because they haven't got an anointing to use. And that is true. That is true. That is true. There are people that don't have anything, but they criticise everything. They run everybody down. And I had a man came to me one time, and he was criticising the way I'd done my radio broadcast. Because I've got a radio broadcast that goes out over Ireland every Thursday. So he was criticising me for the way I'd done my radio broadcast. So I said to him, "Oh, well, I must listen to your radio broadcast. Maybe I can get some ideas on how to do it." So he said, "I don't have a radio broadcast." So I said, "Well, if you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut." Because I want to listen to people that know what they are talking about and that have done it. Not people that always sit down and tell you how to do it.